Hey RedEye, my name's Jeff Baena, and I directed Joshy.
I'm Bartha and Joshy.
I'm Justin Bartha, I was helping Joshy.
I saw the movie last night and really enjoyed it. Justin, I didn't see you in there.
I was cut out of the movie, but I signed the contract said I did press anyway, so I thought I'd come along for the ride.
Oh wow! Can you tell me what you were doing in the movie that was cut?
Strippers. So when they got the strippers, I was supposed to come, and I did like a whole thing.
It was like a joke that they hired a male stripper, and then Justin did a whole routine, but
I didn't want to do it. Like I went full frontal, and I wasn't going to do it unless like I could do the press stuff, to get.
This will be a legend like Kevin Costner in the Big Show.
He is in that technically.
You don't know that until they publicize it later.
I can't imagine doing that kind of preparation on such an important part and then being cut. Why would you do that, Jeff?
I mean, honestly, you don't cut people out vindictively. It's more a matter of like toning the flow of the pace. Sure. And it just felt to me like there was too many beats of prostitutes, strippers, the male stripper thing, and
because you came back every day of the weekend.
Yeah.
Those are the things that we get there on like Friday, and you're there Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday mornings.
Well, the thing about it is like the movie didn't originally have so many homophobic overtones, so now, with my stuff in there, it kind of pumped that up too much, so we had to cut it out.
Gotcha. Well, I know a lot of this was improvised. I'm wondering how much do you think inevitably when that happens, even though you have an outline, you have characters that have been established, how much do you feel like the natural personalities of the cast wind up informing the characters?
Well, I would say the natural personalities of the cast informing the characters was the intention before I even finished the outline. I was incorporating what I know.
The outline, after a character's introduced, had in parentheses not their age or their attributes, but the actor's name.
Yeah, I knew who it was. I mean, Alex, for instance, who I honestly haven't seen him act before. I know he did the color wheel, which I haven't seen that he acted in. I just put him in it because we play Scrabble, and I think he's such a fascinating character, and I love hanging out with him. And I knew that if I could just get him to sort of just not be too self-conscious about being filmed and just be comfortable, it would be amazing. And so I wrote it for him.
So it was like an Alex Ross Perry-esque character,
no, it's Alex
essentially.
Ross Perry. Like literally.
Not esque.
I'm not going to find someone else like Alex Ross Perry.
I think it sealed the deal when I said I'd only been to one bachelor party, and it was for my friend with whom I started in high school, Scrabble Club. And it was a normal bachelor party in many ways with strip club and paintball. But part of the weekend was that me and my buddy and our other friend who was in the club sat down and played a game each day. And I think Jeff was like, yeah, see, that's what this is about. That's what you're bringing.
Yeah.
You're like the guy at this bachelor party who shows up with his own board.
Not only that, we did have some personal experience with
The cigarette smoker? Oh yeah, I know. It's just the appeal of this movie to me, which is, several different things, which is, I've been through stuff like this with friends where the guy friend is in a horrible, emotionally traumatic, painful situation, very similar to what we have in the movie. And I was just, a year after that, when Jeff talked to me about this, it was still something we were dealing with our friends and our kind of community. And I was just, there's honesty to that, and I was interested in continuing to figure out what that moment meant to all of us, and why we dealt with it the way we did.
Is that hard in that moment to be in, like, because I feel like in those big groups of guys there is like a certain expectation, especially in the bachelor party context, that like it's going to be one type of thing or something. Is that hard to be in that situation where your definition of fun is different than other people's?
Well, no, that's where I live most of the time. Like that's where I'm at when I'm anywhere except for in a movie theater watching a film by myself. My idea of fun differs so wildly that it's just beyond, I can spend my whole life being miserable if I let it happen.
Interesting.
We have some overlap of joy, but there's a lot of non-overlap of misery between us.
Yeah, like Jeff was really into staying at the party for this movie last night and dancing and doing recreational drugs, and I split at like 10:05.
Did you go home?
I went to a party for other friends.
Interesting.
Where I also looked around the periphery and made people.
I went to Justin's bachelor party. It was like we went to a nice restaurant and we had really good food.
Yeah, it was good.
I really liked Life After Beth also, and to me I think this movie
Isn't that as well?
this movie I liked what it was dealing with. It sort of seems casual, but there's actually a lot going on. I read a review of the film today where someone sort of suggested that it, I guess, didn't pick up on everything that.
Winding up to quoting a negative review, I can feel it.
In a way, yes. But in a way, to ask, to what degree do you think that because of some of the movies that have come out recently, some of Joe Swanberg's stuff, I think people are too quick to say that stuff is like aimless when it's just being subtle.
Well, there's a variety of ways, I guess, to do improvised movies, and I think it's sort of reductive to say that they're all one type, since there's such a variety of them. And I think that Joe, who's a really close friend of mine, has his method, just like any director would have their own method. And that's like saying fiction is everyone's so sick of fiction these days.
Right.
And you're comparing, like, Don DeLillo to Danielle Steele or something. Like, it's all different. So
You're Danielle Steele in this scenario. 100%.
And who's compared to who?
Compared to anybody else, which would be of the fiction to film comparisons. This is like a frothy, feel-good romance.
All right, and we're okay. Cool.
And Joe is, like some sprawling 1,000-page thing that goes nowhere.
Joe's like Tom Wolfe or something.
Yeah, exactly. Joe is the bonfire of the vanities.
It's just, I just think it's tough personally to really understand the scope of the human experience when you can't understand the variety of what the human experience has to offer. Maybe you should retire from that experience.
Yeah.
And variety.
Obviously, it's a cliche, but do you think there's any truth in the statement of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or is that just something people tell themselves to feel better in a difficult situation?
I mean, it makes you. What doesn't kill you makes you.
The thing is, people usually say that about stuff. It generally doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
Like breakups generally don't kill people.
Well, like it's not Brady, the guy that got shot during the Reagan assassination attempt. He died 35 years later from that bullet, and it was considered murder. It killed him and made him stronger because he became an advocate for
Gun violence.
not for gun violence,
Gun control.
for gun control.
That'd be a weird thing to advocate.
Yeah.
To really get out there.
There's a lot of people that are advocates.
That's an example where it made him stronger and killed him too. But yeah, like none of us have been killed yet. So,
I guess I was thinking about the notion of like, obviously having your fiance take her own life is horrible, but like if God forbid that same thing happened to you again, I don't think you would be more prepared for it because it had happened the first time. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like a checklist of shit where you like, I got through that, now I'm good to go. Like it's life, so it's your constant evolution of tragedies and I guess achievements and ups and downs. And I guess you can probably get a little bit more immune to things, but whatever is the most amount of pain you feel at any given moment feels like the most amount of pain you'll ever feel.
That's a really good way to say it. I want to ask just a couple fun, random ones if you guys are up for it. What's the best thing you've eaten recently?
Nothing. I've literally not eaten food since I've been here. I had a dinner Friday night, and I've eaten nothing but fucking hors d'oeuvres every day for over 2 days, and like I'm losing it.
This is a rotten town for edible sustenance, except last night I went to town on a pack of brown sugar Pop-Tarts from the hotel on the elevator up to my room. That was a real highlight of the day.
I've literally lost 5 pounds in the last. I'd already I had gotten the coolest. I think I lost 10 pounds. I'm like down 15 pounds right now.
You look great.
By the time this interview ends, that number will go up to 20.
I had a Liège waffle that was fantastic. That was in a truck up the street.
Yeah, I will say though that the only edible food in Park City is at this place called Squatters down by the Yarrow. The place is outrageously good.
Might have to check that out.
Very vegan friendly.
Okay. What's a pet peeve of yours? Something that just, even something minor that just bugs you for whatever reason?
Passive aggressive behavior and like bad odors on people and things, and
I don't know. I don't really know what that phrase means anymore.
What phrase means? Pet
Pet
peeve?
peeve. Is it pet peeve?
Shit that bugs you.
Does it have to be something small or
You
something?
definitely have a couple of pet peeves.
Yeah, you have a
Like, you definitely.
I don't think they're pet peeves. They're just things I don't like.
Oh, right.
Like
Well,
a pet
no.
peeve to me would be like
Things that annoy you
A
that
pet peeve to me would be like I hate when people bite their nails. That's like a very small thing. Not me being like.
Because it's personal and not everyone
Is
has
there
a problem
something
with
that a lot of people do
Or
that
like,
annoy you?
yeah, like to me a pet peeve is like I hate when people crack their knuckles. And it's like it's not like I don't like being in loud public places. That's not a pet peeve.
I hate when people eat food and talk with their mouth full. I always cover my mouth when I eat, but I've had it where people like and like there's little like bologna bits flying on your food.
See, I hate it when people eat and I can't see what they're chewing. So I just, that's a good
That's true.
yeah, I just like to see what it looks like when it gets chomped up.
You know what the name of like when you get chomped up and it creates like all the food, a little ball of food that you end up swallowing. What's called? A bolus. B-O-L-U-S.
I think one of my pet peeves is people pulling out weird trivial knowledge.
My pet peeve is when people criticize things when they're just trying to like have a conversation with people.
I hate being in the middle of two people like this.